guys, it's me, Glamo Famo, aka Misha So Bossy, aka So Bossy Chick. And my video today is going to be in response to an email I received regarding my depression video that I uploaded a few days ago. I uploaded two videos on depression, how to recognize it, and also triggers, that things that trigger depression in women. I was kind of led to do those videos because I know how depression can kind of creep up on us and we don't know that it's coming. And when it is here, we kind of stifle it and we, don't address it because it is shunned upon. And we're women, we're supposed to be strong and all that other crazy nonsense that people tell us, you know. But so I decided to do those videos. So in response to the video, I did have one of my Glam Squad members. And yes, you all are Glam Squad members. I did have one of my Glam Squad members send me an email where she wanted some advice on a situation. So I asked her, was it okay if I did a video response to her advice? Because her situation is a very common situation amongst women, and it's a situation that I've been in numerous times before, unfortunately. It's a situation that I've seen family members and friends in before too. And I had to get to a point. It took me a very long time in both of the situations that I was in to get to a point where the bottom line was that I had to love myself and move on. So I'm just going to read her email and then I will keep her information confidential, of course. And I'm going to read her email and then I'll just give my general response to it. If anyone else has any questions or want any advice or anything, you could definitely email me and I'll leave the email address below. And I'll respond to you via email or via video response. I did respond to her via email also, but I did want to just go ahead and give my general response, like I said, because this is a situation that's too common between amongst women everywhere. So she says, I'm emailing you for advice. I have a 1-year-old baby boy, and his father and I don't get along. It all started in 2013. I came home a year early for college to save money and relocate. I wanted to relocate because my hometown is a trap. It has nothing to offer me. However, as soon as I moved back home, I met a guy and instantly fell in love. He moved in with me, we were happy, and I got pregnant. During my pregnancy, I worked 2 jobs. I've always felt more motivated than him regarding my goals and dreams. He was comfortable remaining in my hometown, and I wasn't. However, I stayed like a fool because I felt that I couldn't raise my child alone. And many people told me that I couldn't do it alone. Once my son was born, I became a different woman. I loved my son, and he's been my main focus since his birth. However, his dad wasn't focused and he didn't help out much. So I kicked him out. At the same time, I began to suffer from depression. During the first 6 months, we co-parented. However, since July 1st of last year, he began to disappear more and communicate with me less. This past November, I found out that he was in a relationship. He told me numerous times that he wanted his family back and that his current girlfriend was aware of that. Now, as of September 2016, she is pregnant and I am raging mad and heartbroken. He barely knows my 1-year-old, yet he has a new child on the way. It's painful because I never wanted to be in the city in the first place, and now I am here raising my son alone. While his father is slinging penis and creating babies with a new woman, he pulled the same thing to his current girlfriend. He pulled the same thing on his current girlfriend. He moved in with her and got her pregnant. Now they are living happily ever after. So he says, I honestly feel like a failure. I want my child to have his father in his life, but I'm not sure how to move forward at this point. I am now labeled the crazy baby mama, ain't we all, because I have flipped out on him many times out of anger and hurt. over how he has affected me. So what type of advice can you give me to move past this point in my life? Okay, so first, I do just want to say I've been here. Definitely, I have two baby fathers. One was when I was way younger, and then the other one was kind of during my 20s. So I matured a little with the other one, but it's still, I mean, heartbreak is heartbreak. Um, the advice I would, the advice I do give to any woman that's going through this situation is focus on yourself and your child. The more you focus on him, the more you focus on what he's doing, the more you focus on the life that he may be living, which 9 times out of 10, he's not living that life that he's telling you he's living. The more you focus on that, the worse you're going to feel. Um, I have been to the very lowest point where I wanted to kill myself, which is absolutely crazy. I couldn't even imagine at this point in my life the way I love me. I couldn't imagine at this point in my life killing myself over a dude because he didn't want to act right, because he didn't recognize all the greatness that was in front of him. Now, if, like I said to her in the email when I responded, if all the things that you are saying about him is true, you know, and I've told because a lot of people come to me for my advice. One, because I'm real with it. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm definitely not gonna try to hurt your feelings, but reality is reality. If you have a child with a man who does not want to take care of his child, he does not want to give anything to his child, he does not want to spend time with his child, he wants to be with his child when it conveniences him, he's very selfish. Why would you want to be with that man? You have to think about yourself. Like, what am I getting from this? Why do I want to be with a man who does not even want to be with his child? That says a lot about a man's character. When a man ignores his child because he's mad at you, that says a lot about his character. Which then says, why would you I get the whole I want my family, because trust me, both times that I had my situation, I wanted my family. I had to realize that my first situation, we were both young. We were two totally different people, two totally different people. Um, and we weren't good for each other at all. We were not good for each other. And it was worse being with him than being without him. And I would question myself because I was only there for the children because I was raised in a home like that. That you stay together no matter what. You got children, you stay together no matter what. But I know myself as a child, I felt like I was lacking something and I felt like I was missing something because my parents, we knew that they were together because of us. So, um, it's kind of like you do more damage to the kids when they see why wouldn't you want your child to see their parents happy apart versus hating each other together? Um, so that was my first situation. I had to come to grips with that. You're not a failure because your family does not work out. Um, shit happens. Shit happens in life. You have a kid. That's life. Even if you were married, even if you got together and you got married, and you were together for years, and then you got a divorce. Shit happens. People don't stay together. Nothing in life is guaranteed. The only way you will fail at this situation is if you continue to not put anything into yourself and into your child, and you continue to pursue someone who has no interest in you or your baby. You are better off just moving along. I see this a lot of time with women, and this happened to me. We get so caught up in worrying about what they're doing, who they're with, where they're going. You can't make a man love you. You can't make him want to be with you. And even if you do make him stay, he's still going to do what he wants to do. Like, if that's just so either you're going to accept it and move on, or you're going to keep wallowing in it, you're going to keep being depressed, and you're going to show your child, you're going to be taken away from your baby. And I know you don't want to take away from your baby because you love your baby. And at times, we definitely love our kids more than we love ourselves. And it should not be that way because we are who if we're not here, if we're not present, we don't have anything else to give anybody else. And I learned that a long time ago. You know, I used to be called selfish a lot. All you do is think about yourself. You make decisions for yourself. And for a while, I was thinking about it. And I'm like, no, I'm very unhappy. I don't do anything for myself. Every decision I make is for my children. Like I'm not doing anything that's for me. I'm staying with their dads for them. I'm I'm working every day for them. I'm doing everything for them. I'm exhausting myself for them. I wasn't doing anything for me. And then I realized I have to get selfish because if I'm not selfish, then I'm not here for anybody. I don't have anything to give. And when I was being giving and just giving to everybody, nobody was depositing anything into me and I wasn't able to give anything out to anybody. I was depressed. So you have to give it back to yourself. You have to love yourself. When I tell you worrying about, you need to focus, find something to focus on. Either you throw yourself into work, you throw yourself into a hobby, you throw yourself into your child, you find something to focus on. What you're looking for, you're not going to get from him. And either that's a family, either that's love, either that's, a fulfillment. You have to go within yourself and get that from yourself. And that took a very, very long time for me to do. But 2014, 2015, I was done with it. I was over looking for love in my children's fathers, or feeling guilty for not putting, because guilt had a lot to do with it. Felt guilty for not being able to keep us all together. Felt guilty for not being able to provide a stable family for them. I felt guilty for a lot of stuff, and I would try to make up for a lot of stuff that I couldn't make up for. I mean, there was no way I can give them their father. There was no way it was going to work. So it was like, you trying to stick a square into a round, a square peg into a round hole. It just doesn't fit. It's not going to work. If you've outgrown somebody, that person, it's okay. They're not for you. You're not going to do anything but get with that person and resent them anyway. You've outgrown them. You're motivated. You have, and that's just that was my exact situation with my first child's father. He had no goals, no aspirations. He didn't want to do anything with his life. Like he just, was just there. He was content with just being. Didn't want to go to school, didn't want to go to work, didn't want to do anything but like party all the time. Me, on the other hand, I wanted to go to school. I had business goals. I wanted to open up businesses. I wanted to buy a house. I wanted like this house with a picket fence and all of this stuff. And here I go with this like unmotivated ass, like big ass weight that was pulling me down. Like it just wasn't any sense. And I would look at it all the time and be like, every time we would get into it, he would leave and I would beg him to come back. And I'm just like, why the hell are you begging this person that has nothing to offer? You guys don't even have the same goals. You don't have the same dreams. You don't have, and I'm saying I'm doing it for the kids. It's for the kids. It's for the kids. The kids don't even know. The kids are like, yo, I just want my mama to be happy. That's what they're basically looking at you as. They just want you to be happy. Kids just want you to be happy, whether you're with them, their father, or you're not with their father. As long as you know how to co-parent, things will work out fine. You have to find a way to be able to talk. You have to find a way to be able to communicate with them. If you're not able to do that, like I told her in response in the email, go to court. A lot of women hate, I don't want to put the white man in my business. We shouldn't have to go to court. I shouldn't have to force him to do nothing. Two of y'all made them babies. And now, if you want to be superwoman and you want to take care of the baby, have that responsibility all by yourself, then that's fine. But then you do have to know the consequences of that. And you can't complain about it. That's what you decided. You go to court, cut out the middleman, you get what you get each month, and then that's it. That's how I did it. And well, that's how I did it with my first child's father. I didn't have to do that with my second child's father, but that's how I did it with my first. I keep saying my first child. I got four children, but I have two sets. So that's how I did it with the twins, daddy. We go to court. I don't even have to talk to you. We our communication is all the way off. Like I can't communicate with somebody who I just yeah. Anyway, that's a done deal. So court, and then that's just how we communicate. You talk to your children when you need to talk to them. You sometimes have to find a third party, but you're never going to be able to get over a heartbreak. You're never going to be able to get over any of that if you keep looking back on what could have been or what you think should have been. God has a plan for you. God's plan for you is not him. And maybe it is him, but maybe it's later. Maybe it's when he grows up. Maybe it's when he's done with her and their baby is grown. You just never know. You never know. And who's to say once she had this baby and he won't do the same thing to her? Maybe she's on his level. Maybe they're meant for each other. You just have to look at all of that stuff. You have to move on though, because I find so many women, what happens is that men move on like this. And women get mad at them about it. You can't be mad at men for moving on like that. And I know a lot of women say, yeah, it's not right, it's wrong. No, what it is that women have to develop the same mindset as men. Men don't let that hold them back, even though it may not be healthy, even though it may not be healthy for them to move on right away. Because what happens is women break up, they don't move on right away. They heal or they take care of whatever they should be taken care of. Or, they just give their breakup time and then they get back in a relationship. Men break up, get with a woman right away, and then that woman ends up having to deal with the shit that he had in the last relationship. So that's not even your business. Trust me, she's going to have some issues, but you shouldn't even want her to have, your issue should never be with her. It's always going to be with him. And you should actually be praising God that you're not with him. Thank God for taking this pain away right now. My mom used to tell me, just let a little hurt do. Let a little hurt do. Don't keep getting hurt and keep getting hurt and keep getting hurt over and over and over. And she would tell me that numerous times, like, let a little hurt do. And I wouldn't listen to her, of course. I kept going back and kept going back and kept going back. When my heart was finally broken, I mean, I couldn't do it no more. But I finally got it. I wish I would have just ended it right then, got over it, and moved on. There's some women who never move on from breaking up, never move on from a divorce because they're still worried about what their ex is doing with his new wife or with his new partner, and they're still wishing that their relationship breaks up. That's what's stopping you from moving on. That in your heart, that's going to stop you from moving on. That's going to block your blessings from coming in. And you don't want to block your blessings from coming in because God may have something around the corner for you that you don't want to pass up. But because we're so focused and so tunnel vision and so mad, we can't receive it. And you got to be open to receive. So I would suggest to you, you get focused, you get back in the game. Just start talking to people. Start talking to people, start doing stuff, find a life outside of your child, find a life outside of what your baby daddy is doing. Get off of his Instagram, get off of her Instagram, get off their social media. Don't even worry about block them if you have to, because that used to be my strategy. I blocked everybody that knew my baby daddy. His mama, his sister, his cousins, his exes, the chick he was messing with now, the chicks that he liked, the chicks that liked him. I blocked everybody. I don't want to see none of it. Matter of fact, I disabled my own page because I know my addiction would go straight to their page. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it would hurt me. I don't want to keep hurting myself. You don't want to keep hurting yourself. So do what you have to do to take care of yourself. Heal yourself. If you're a spiritual person, pray. Pray to whomever you believe in. If you're into church, go to church. But find something to focus on other than him, because I promise you, if you keep focusing on him, you're going to be more and more and more depressed. You're not going to have anything to offer your child. And the ultimate goal is to make your baby happy. and his mom not being happy is not what's up. So, if anybody else have any more questions or need any advice about anything, I got more than baby daddy advice, more than relationship advice, weight loss advice. If you need family advice, because I got that too. Children advice, I got that too. And I promise you, I done been down, down, down. I done been up before. I done been everywhere. So if you have any questions, you can email me at sobossychick@gmail.com or leave comments below, subscribe, tell your friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. See you guys later.